Is rev share worth it? I am going to tell you this because honestly, it's on most agents' minds with so many new rev share brokerages coming out like Pack Home Realty, EXP, Real, Epic, the list goes on. So there are a lot of nuances to this, but the short answer that you're really looking for is that if you're in this to make a quick buck, the answer is no. This has been a journey that I've been on for over 2 years now. And I will tell you, it is very, very fulfilling. But let's just say I'm not going to quit being a real estate agent for quite a while. This is something that is more long term. But before I actually share real numbers with you, first let me talk about real estate and really quickly introduce myself. Hi, I'm Tanya. I am here supporting agents and helping them grow their business in all the craziness that is real estate. And I am just so excited to be here. So, first of all, what is revenue share? So, basically, companies have come out with a model that essentially pays you each time you bring on an agent and they close a deal. So, the recruiting is not so much being done by the companies anymore. It's being done by the agents themselves, which has its pros and cons. And the easiest way to explain this, and I hate explaining it this way. Like, oh my gosh, no, I hate it. But the easiest way for most people to understand it is that it's a pyramid scheme. Like that is the way. And that's why I say it's got pros and cons to it because you've got agents on the other hand that are over promising and very, very much under delivering. And you've got agents on the other side that are making this their thing, that they are actually helping agents and doing a really good job. And there are several people that I look up to within my industry, like Gustavo Rojas, Jose Esparza, Amy Gregory. There are so many people doing this right. Unfortunately, like, as it does with most like pyramid schemes, MLMs, a few people ruin it for everyone. So now that you've got a good idea of what it is, let me go a little bit further and explain this now, just to let you know that this is going to be very different from company to company. So these are going to be numbers from Pack Home Realty because that is the company I'm at. And I guess I will add this before I go into the structure of it because I do think that this is going to be really important. The company that you choose to do your rev share with is very, very important. So you have to make sure that your values align. You have to make sure that you are in this for the long haul with them. So really like what I recommend most people to do, and this is what I did. I took a few months to learn the company, see if I even liked it. And then from there, once I was all in, that is when I decided to start this. And I will say, like, the journey to this has not been easy at all. Like, you essentially have to go from selling houses to selling your persona, to selling your company. And as an agent that had never done that before, it is quite intimidating. But eventually, I did get my first person on. And this is where we start looking at the numbers, start looking at what is really going on behind this. So, for most companies, what it is that they are going to work on a tiered system. So think of it kind of like levels. So you've got level 1, level 2, level 3, up to 7 levels. That's going to be generalized for most companies. My goodness, sorry y'all, my camera fell. I am working on some new things. I think that's good, right? So where was I? Yeah. So for this, your first level is going to be super important. And I've looked at other rev share models, and for the most part, this is true that your first line is going to be crucial to you opening up the other levels in your rev share model, in your pyramid. So let me explain it this way. So for me and my company, we have to have 5 people close at least a transaction, and not just any transaction. It can't be just like a lot transaction. It has to be a commission over 5 grand. So sometimes this might take some agents 2 transactions. Sometimes they just blow it out of the water and it's on their first transaction. And so it's going to have that caveat within every company. Like I said, everyone's different. This is just the stuff for my company. And from there, once they do that, once you have 5 agents that are doing that, you open up your second level. So any agents that they recruit, you start earning from. And I'm explaining this because I didn't know this at the very beginning. I thought that I just needed 5 agents in total. So I made the mistake of putting agents under another agent. And so that delayed me opening up my second line. So make sure that you are reading the terms of your agreement with that company. Making sure you do that is going to save you a lot of headache. And, it's not a decision I regret, but I could have been making a bit more money a bit faster. But nevertheless, what's done, it's done. So we want to make sure that we're reading that. So, for instance, to open up your third line, you need 10 agents and so on and so forth. And we want to make sure that we understand what is going on within our rev share model to be able to basically capitalize and earn the maximum that we can with this. And now you're probably asking, like, how do I get paid on this? Because I know most agents worry that that's coming out of their commission, but no, it's coming out of the company split. So, for instance, our split is 85-15. The agent takes home 85% of their commission until they cap. And from there, I get a percentage from the 15%. And it just depends on what level they are. So, like, I can earn more from a level 2 agent than I will from a level 1 agent. And so you also need to make sure that you're looking at all those numbers to understand what is going on within yours. So now the moment that you've been waiting for, what it looks like to get real numbers from your rev share. And I will say that there isn't that many agents. We've only been open for 3 years, but I think the growth is incredible that we've had. This is from someone that is the second highest revenue share earner in the state of Arkansas for Pack Home Realty. Pack Home Realty is not really like a name brand name yet. And that's what the company is working towards. And so I'm really, really excited for this. But y'all, let me tell you, so I brought on my first agent in February of 2024, and then that April I made $7.35. That was my first rev share commission that I made from that. And let me tell you, I was over the moon. And from there we've come a long way. Again, not enough to make this a full-time gig yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So for that first year, 2024, I made $1,006 with 92 cents. And I actually only made money for 4 months that year. April, May, June, July. And that year, I just had a lot of new agents come on. So we were really just working and focused on the basics. We started to close a bit more in 2025 as agents built up more confidence in what they were doing. And that is when the mentorship really started to take form. Like, I meet with my agents once a week every Wednesday. If you are interested in joining that and seeing what I'm all about and are thinking about switching brokerages, like, let me know. I'm really excited for the growth that we're going to be having here soon. In 2025, I actually made money 10 out of the 12 months. And so it really came up to a grand total of $7,182 with 5 cents. With my highest month being August 2025, which was $2,367. So there is a real potential growth, but like I didn't really make like, honestly, like, most of that money, I made it on the back end. I really didn't start seeing any big numbers or, like, a consistency until June. Just to let you know, like, this is a slow process. Now we're in year 2 of it. We ended the year with 19 agents. We've come a long way from that very first agent back in 2024. This year, I am so freaking excited because I was looking at the numbers in preparation for this video. Oh, let me see. Let me turn on my hotspot just so I can give you an exact number. This year for RevShare, I have already brought 2,943 with 82 cents. We are a little bit more than halfway done with March, and it's just so exciting to see those numbers and see how they're growing. And, I'm like a proud mama because my agents are starting to grow their businesses and really like start making this a sustainable full-time gig because I've got agents on both ends where like this is very much a part-time gig, and for some of them they're very much starting to make this full-time. And it's just so exciting to see the switch from like year 1, year 2, year 3. And I know that this year is going to be the best one yet. So back to my original question at the beginning, is rev share worth it? In my opinion, if you're willing to put the time in, actually help agents and really be patient with it because I know I've had moments where like I have cried to my broker because I just didn't see the growth. And I will say, like, I put in a lot more than what other sponsors do. But to me, at the end of the day, I know that it's going to be worth it because it's going to allow me afford me the possibility to do other things that I want to do, with my life, or even just, like, to cover our mortgage payment each month. That is the goal with it, and so that's why I'm so excited to see where this is gonna take me. For me, it's worth it. Would I have been able to say that in June of 2025? No, I couldn't have said that, and I will definitely keep selling real estate for quite a while, but I can see the path. It's like building up and it's getting there. And I know like this is going to be the path for me. I already know people that are making over 100,000 in rev share each year. And so they have much bigger downlines. Like they've probably got 100 people plus in their downline, but that is the path that I'm taking. This is a relatively new company and I'm just really excited because we're not even in all 50 states. Like, y'all, if y'all want to open up Oklahoma or Missouri with me, like, just let me know. I am here. I am here. Or any other state in the US. Like, let me know. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am needing to get to work. So make sure to hit that like button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.